Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of College Ball with Dawg. I'm your host, Dawg. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Gotta get the show lined up for us. We're gonna go over why. Every time I talk about the AP poll on here, I tell you that I could care less about it, and I go off the coaches poll. We're gonna talk about what Georgia message boards are saying about the game. We're gonna talk about Tennessee's receivers having a chip on their shoulder. We're going to go over Billy Napier too. This is our all ball show, but we're going to talk about Napier too because his record at Florida is absolutely atrocious, y'all. And how he has a job and some of these other guys got fired with better records is beyond me. So before we get into the show, y'all do that YouTube stuff for me, please. Hit that thumbs up. Smash that bell. Go up, hit all. Help you get the videos. If you think the Vols are going to win Saturday against Georgia, you got to go hit that bell for me. You got to hit that bell, go up, hit all. Subscribe to the channel. Give the Vols some good luck. If you don't hit it, we lose, you're going to feel bad, y'all. I'm just messing with y'all. Please hit that button for me, though. Please subscribe to the channel. It'll help me out. That's enough jibber jabber. Let's get into the show, y'all. I think you'll be a little surprised what some of the dogs are saying on their message board, y'all. I want to go over the AP poll first, y'all, because this is absolutely atrocious. This is why I tell you that we do not go off of the AP poll, because they got people voting. They just don't care. They're media people. They don't care. They just vote whatever they want to vote, and it don't matter. Like this girl right here, y'all. The one on the right is her week 3 vote. So I want you to look at both of them as we're going over this. It's absolutely insane. Trying to find Florida on the right. Look for the right, y'all. Florida at 14 after losing to South Florida. 1-1. Ranked 14th in the country. Jumped 2 spots after losing a game. This woman really had Florida jump 2 spots after losing a game. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. Don't have South Florida ranked at all after beating 2 ranked teams. I know there's a few more atrocities on here, I'm sure. When I seen that today, Matt B. Great was going over this, y'all. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. They're kind of small on my screen. I hope they're bigger on y'all's, especially if you're watching on TV. But look at number 14 on the right, Florida. Look on the left. There's 16. They moved from 16 to 14 after losing. That's what I tell y'all. I don't ever go off the AP. Ever. I go look at the coaches poll until the playoff poll comes out because the playoff poll is the only one that really matters. That's why I say I got the coaches poll. This one would probably put her votes in the night before, Saturday night. Just assume Florida was going to win. Put her vote in, so Florida's going to win. She said, oh, I'll just move them up 2 spots. It don't matter. That's why the AP poll sucks, because all they have is a bunch of writers that don't know nothing about the sport voting where teams should be ranked. Even Tennessee, we jumped up to 12 in hers. I think we was down to 20s on hers. And jumped up to number 12 off beating ETSU like a jump. Yeah, we should have moved up because a lot of teams lost, but I'm a realist here. I think we should be ranked around 12, but you can just tell this one right here cares absolutely nothing about college football. She just throws teams together and sends it in. Y'all let me know what you think about it. You think people like her should be able to vote if they don't care about college football? Because there's no way you care about college football or watch it. If you move a team up like Florida, who's favored by 18.5 points, 17.5, whichever side you look at, over 2 touchdowns lose, and you move them up 2 spots. And she said, she made a video and said, oh, I'd get into how I go through the process of my vote, but y'all probably really wouldn't care or understand. Oh, we'd love to know. You don't want to tell us because there is no process. You just throw names on a paper and send it in. And for people like us who care about this stuff and wait for it to come out, that's a slap in the face. I think they shouldn't even have preseason polls. I think you shouldn't have polls till like week 4. By week 4, most teams have played at least one decent team and some cupcakes, and you can make your rankings in. I think preseason rankings are pointless. You see it all the time. Somebody ranked high in the preseason, they drop. You see people ranked low in the preseason poll. People not even ranked, jump up, end up making a playoff or something. Y'all think that's as atrocious as I do? This woman should have her right to be an AP voter revoked. I mean, that's my opinion. Another thing I want to go over, y'all. I just can't get over that. I seen that earlier today on that video, and I've got to talk about that. Because literally, every time I go over these polls, what do I tell y'all? I don't go off the AP poll, I go off the coach's poll. Why do I go off the coach's poll? Because coach's poll actually know football. The AP voters, half of them don't even watch the games. They just look at the score and vote off of that. That's all. Whenever I talk about Georgia, Tennessee this weekend, I say it's number 15 versus number 3. Georgia's number 3 in the coach's poll. We're 15. It's 15 versus 6 is what will be shown on the TV because they got the AP poll, of course, because they're the media showing you the game. The SEC Network people, they went over these games. They ranked everybody in the SEC, the analysts that's on like halftime shows and stuff. They ranked all these SEC teams. I thought some of them were interesting. Alyssa Lang, she has us the lowest of anybody, just to go ahead and throw it out there for y'all. She's got LSU 1, Georgia 2, Texas 3, Oklahoma 4, South Carolina 5, Missouri 6, Tennessee 7, Texas A&M 8, Vandy 9, Auburn 10, Bama 11, Mississippi State 12, Ole Miss 13, Arkansas 14, Florida 15, Kentucky 16. I think we're low on that. I think Oklahoma and Missouri are high. And that's really about all I've got to complain about that. Us at 7, which, like I said, this Saturday we'll learn the contenders from the pretenders, y'all. There's a lot of good games this weekend. We're going to find out a lot more about a lot of teams, including my Vols. Oklahoma had a good showing against Michigan. If you was high on Michigan, I could see why you have them up at 4. I wasn't high on Michigan. I said Michigan would have a down year, probably win like 8 games. It's hard to put a lot on a freshman quarterback, especially when you don't have a lot of weapons around him. And you seen that Saturday against Oklahoma when he went through 9 for 24. I mean, kid's talented. He needs more weapons around him. He needs a year learning. Nothing wrong with that. Not his fault. He gets thrown into the fire. But like I said, I'm not impressed with Oklahoma yet. Now, if they go beat Texas or Auburn, beat Auburn like a drum, or go beat Texas, then I'll say move them up. And I'm not saying they can't, because they got a talented team, talented quarterback, but they're going to have to improve their run game. That was Alyssa Lang. Let's go over these other couple real quick. Like I said, y'all might not find these as interesting as I do. I just find stuff like that interesting. I always like to see where certain people rank us. Dari Nakwa. LSU 1, Oklahoma 2, Tennessee 3, Georgia 4, Texas 5, Auburn 6, Bama 7, Missouri 8, A&M 9, Ole Miss 10, Vandy 11, South Carolina 12, Mississippi State 13, Arkansas 14, Florida 15, Kentucky 16. South Carolina is atrociously low on his. I'm not a Beaver fan, but I still think they should be at least top 8. We'll learn a little more about them against Vandy Saturday. They struggled with Virginia Tech more than Vandy did. It's at South Carolina, so if South Carolina handles business there, I'll start being more of a believer in them. I've not been a believer in them all offseason. I think they're a really talented team. I think their schedule they got is going to put them around at 8-4, maybe 9-3. He's got Tennessee all the way up at 3, y'all. Auburn at 6. I think that's high for Auburn. Alabama at 7. I mean, I'd have them a little lower, but y'all let me know in the comments, and if y'all would like for me to do my own top 25 every week, and if you'd like to see me do an SEC power ranking every week. If that's something you're interested in, I'd gladly do that. I think that'd be fun to do. We got 2 more of those go over, y'all, and then we'll move on with the show. Like I said, I know everybody don't think those are as interesting as I do. I just like to see where certain people rank everybody. Ben Watson, former Florida player. Got Tennessee, number 3, 2. LSU, number 1. A lot of people have LSU number 1 right now. Putting a lot of weight into that Clemson basket. Georgia at 2, Tennessee 3. Those 2 play Saturday. Everybody knows. Game day in town. So these rankings will look a lot different next week. If I see them, I'll post them again if y'all enjoy them. So let me know. Texas 4, Oklahoma 5. They play in a few weeks, as always. Missouri 6, South Carolina 7, Auburn 8, Ole Miss 9, Bama 10, A&M 11, Vandy 12, Mississippi State 13, Arkansas 14, Florida 15, Kentucky 16. The bottom 3 are pretty much the same on everybody's, y'all. It's Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky. Me personally, I think his looks the best of everybody we went over so far, y'all. I don't really have a problem where most people's ranked in his. Pretty dang close to what I would have them. There's one more, y'all. It's Chris Doring. Let's get it up. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what your SEC power rankings will be. I'm interested to know what y'all think. LSU's the consensus number 1 in the conference, y'all. He's got Oklahoma 2, Georgia 3, us 4. Texas 5, South Carolina 6, Ole Miss 7, Vandy 8, Auburn 9, Missouri 10, Texas A&M 11, Alabama 12, State 13, the same 14 through 16 as the other ones. A lot of that can change this weekend, y'all. Arkansas plays Ole Miss. We play Georgia. Florida plays LSU. A&M plays Notre Dame. Vandy, South Carolina play. It's a big weekend, y'all. So y'all let me know. Do y'all think I should do, say, on Sunday or Monday show, would y'all be interested in seeing me do my SEC power rankings and my top 25, my personal one? If you would, get in the comment section, let me know. Another thing I want to know if y'all would be interested in is on Wednesdays, I go live on YouTube, and y'all get it, y'all join it. I'd set a time for it. Every Wednesday, we go live. Y'all can watch. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all ask questions. I answer them. I think that'd be fun for us to do. Like I had a guy in the comment section ask me if I thought Boo Carter would play this weekend on offense. And I absolutely do. I'm going to pull something up that tells you why I think that. I'm trying to find a way to get y'all involved, y'all. Make the show a little better. So, say 5 or 6 o'clock, we go live on Wednesday. Would y'all be interested in that? Y'all ask questions. We'll get them. I'll answer all y'all's questions in the chat. I just think that'd be fun to do. A good way to get y'all involved. It ain't got to be about Tennessee either. You can ask me about any team, all that. I'll answer your questions. And just make this show a little more interactive. I've been trying to figure out ways to do that. I think that'd be a good way to do it. So y'all let me know in the comment section. About the Boo Carter playing on offense. When y'all against ETSU, he got to return punts, and he looked absolutely electric every time he touched the ball. The plan in the offseason was for Boo Carter to play offense. Not every snap, but just have packages where we put him in and he gets the ball in his hands. Then the shenanigans went down where he missed workouts, all that, and he's had to work his way back in. Week 1, he didn't get that many snaps. Week 2, he played a lot. Right here, Andre Turrentine, this is from A to Z Sports, y'all. Boo Carter is a special player. When Boo has the ball in his hands, he's going to be special. He's going to be him. That was DB Andre Turrentine. He's starting safety. Talking about Boo Carter. That tells me the plan this Saturday is for Boo Carter to get some snaps on offense, y'all. The guy that asked in my comment section, his name's slipping my mind right now, but I appreciate him asking me that. I gave him an honest answer. I think it's all hands on deck. I absolutely think Boo Carter will be on offense this Saturday. I think he'll get the ball in his hands a few times. I think he will make some plays. And as the season goes on, I think he gets in on offense a little more, especially if we have any kind of injuries to our receivers, because we're not necessarily thin there. We are thin, but we're young too. So having a guy like Boo you could throw out there and get the ball in his hands on screens, end arounds, little slant passes, just little simple stuff that you don't have to work on offense every day to learn. Now, he's that type of athlete. You just got to get the ball in his hands and let him go. You seen that on the punt returns last week. You seen it on the punt returns last year. I think it's happening Saturday. I really do. I appreciate that guy for asking me that question. I wanted to call him out in this video and answer it on the video for him too. Yes, Boo Carter will play offense this weekend. I ain't no insider or not, but I promise you Boo Carter will get snaps on offense. Heupel's going to be dialing it up Saturday, y'all. He wants this win, and he's going to do everything in his power to get it. Everybody's talked all week. I've watched all these shows, David Pollock, Crane Company, all these. Almost everybody's picking Georgia, y'all. And it's all because of the past. It has nothing to do with this year. They say Kirby's got the Heupel's number. Heupel's offense don't work against Kirby. How many teams' offenses do work against Kirby? Not many. We was dialing it up last year, up 17-3. Second half, Kirby made adjustments. We did. Heupel's made tweaks to his system this year, and I guarantee you, he's already showed stuff that we've never done with him here. I guarantee you, he's still got stuff in the bag, up his sleeve, in his bag, whatever you want to say. He's got it there, and it's coming out Saturday, y'all. And one of them is Boo Carter on offense. I promise you. I would bet every damn dime I have that Boo Carter gets snaps on offense Saturday. I found this too, thought it was interesting. The biggest stadiums in the world, y'all. These stadiums on the list. Number 1, Narendra Modi. I'm not going to go over. I'm going to go over the American ones, y'all. Tennessee's at 8. Michigan's at 3. Penn State's at 4. Ohio State's at 5. Texas A&M 6. LSU 7. Texas is at 9. Alabama's at 10. So basically SEC and Big Ten teams. This isn't loud. It's not like that. This is just straight up attendance. Tennessee's at 8. Which, top 10 in the world's not bad, y'all. We used to let more in, but we made some renovations and stuff. Back in the day, we get 107,000, 108,000 in for the old Florida games and stuff. Now it's 101, 295, something like that. It was on that graphic. It was 102,000 or something. Then Danny White made some renovations and took a couple hundred seats out to make it a little more comfortable in there. While we're on the subject of stadiums, this right here is the top 10 college football stadiums. This has nothing to do with attendance. It's just environments, all that. Once again, Neyland Stadium is disrespected, y'all. At number 8. Michigan, Ohio State, 1 and 2. Just because you get all kinds of people in there don't mean the environment's great. Josh Pate talked about this. 1, 2, and 3, all 3 of those packed their stadium. And it's nowhere near as loud as LSU, Tennessee, Oregon, Florida. He even said A&M's not that loud. They pack it too. They get more than Tennessee. So got Michigan 1, Ohio State 2, Penn State 3, Notre Dame 4. Notre Dame's fans don't know how to get down. We know that. LSU, they should be 2. Tennessee should be 1. Alabama 6, Oregon 7, Tennessee 8, Florida 9, A&M 10. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll tell you who my 1, 2, and 3 would be. Number 1, Neyland Stadium. People that's played there, people that's been there, I'll tell you, Neyland Stadium is the loudest stadium they've ever been to. Number 2, I'd have Death Valley, LSU. Number 3, I'd have Oregon. Everybody talks about how surprising Oregon is. Apparently, Oregon gets down, y'all. They absolutely get down there in Oregon. Up next, we're going to talk about the Vols receivers having a chip on their shoulder. They've heard the noise all offseason, y'all. Let's put it that way. They've heard people talk about we're not going to be good at receiver because we're young, inexperienced, blah, blah, blah. My receiver coach said, I think they all got a chip on their shoulders. I think they all keep receipts. They've heard some stuff like we all have, and that's a good thing about being an athlete is you can channel that stuff the right way. In the end, you can have the world in your hands and you can have the last say-so, and I think those guys are very in tune with that, and they're channeling it the right way. Our receivers have impressed me this year, y'all. I knew they'd be pretty good, but I think they looked really good. This Saturday, obviously, is the real test against Georgia's defense. I think Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, and Chris Brawls will have pretty good games this Saturday. Mix in the tight ends. I think we have our best offensive outing against Georgia in the Heupel era. We're yet to get over 17 against them, y'all. It's happening Saturday. I think this game will be somewhere in the 20s. Staley said we definitely have a chip on our shoulder. You know, coming from last year, we didn't play as much. Coming into this year, people are just saying they're young, they're freshmen. This is the first time they're starting. They probably don't know what to do. But, you know, that put a chip on our shoulder, and it just made us play harder. This says the entire Tennessee team will need to play with the chip on their shoulder against the Bulldogs, obviously. Georgia's eager to keep the winning streak alive against the Volunteers. Tennessee needs to make it personal against the Bulldogs to ensure they have every possible advantage in Neyland Stadium on Saturday. The players and the crowd are going to have to be personal, y'all. We got Checker Neyland. It's going down Saturday, y'all. One public service announcement I want to make. A lot of y'all won't agree with me on this because it's 50-50 from what I see. Do not storm the field if we win. We shouldn't have stormed it against Alabama last year. 2022, absolutely. We've been down. We've been kicked. We was rising back up. We finally got over that hump after 15 years. Back in the top 5. I loved that one. Last year I did. We've won 30 games the last 3 years, y'all. Let's act like we've been there. We're not the little school no more that just pulled the upset. Let's act like we belong there. If we win, we're going to celebrate. We're going to raise hell all night, but do not storm the field. Let's act like we've been there. Let's act like we belong. That makes you look like a little school. That makes you look like Vandy, Mississippi State. We're not that. Now, the first one, like I said, first win over Bama, I absolutely agreed with it. I loved it. Last year, I don't think we should have, but we should not this year if we beat Georgia. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Should we or should we not storm the field if we beat Georgia? I'll post it on a poll, too, but I don't think we should. I think we should act like we've been there. Last thing we're going to cover is what Georgia fans are saying on their message boards. This is from Ball Nation, y'all, the football forum. It's mixed reaction from Georgia fans, y'all. It says, free money on the spread, bet orange. Even if we win, it won't be no more than 3. Then you got a guy that says, Dogs 34, Rocky Flop 17. He said, not sure why some of you are worried. Running up scores is what Tennessee does against good D. They struggle 20 points per game versus SEC. Has never scored more than 17 versus Georgia. That's a fact, but things change. Tennessee may have been undervalued due to Nico's situation. This game scares me to death. Aguilar being unheralded gives a lot different vibe. In previous few years, their wide receivers look legit, scary. Even running back by committee a little more in the last couple of years, I think they look different this season without the hype. And we really look like we'll struggle to get the ball down the field, man, The last one on this one is, I'm not saying we can't lose there because we absolutely can. I've seen this song before. We play bad, people doubt. Team plays good, gets the big head, and lays an egg. Game day coming actually makes me feel better. Heupel is either winless or has one win versus Bama. Can't remember if they were there. No. Game day was there for Alabama. Game day was there for Oklahoma last year. I think they was there for Alabama again last year. If they wasn't, whatever. Heupel wins when game day's there. If it's in Knoxville, Heupel wins. We got one loss in Knoxville in 3 years, and that was to Georgia. This is the year we get it done, I'm telling you. So there are a little mixed feelings there, y'all. There's some people thinking doom and gloom. There's some people think it's going just because they've done it in the past, they're going to do it again. That's what most people say. They're picking Georgia. It's because of history. It's because Heupel's not beat them yet. It has nothing to do with what's going on this year. It's all because they just say Kirby's got Heupel's number. He said, I think we win, but that's because I don't believe Tennessee is good, not because we are good on offense. We're the best team in the country, regardless of yesterday. Why are we fearing the Hillbillies? Heupel sucks. I believe Heupel can beat Kirby when I see it. Tennessee is not good. They haven't beaten anyone. It's same old same with them. Looking good now until we roll in this weekend and throttle them back to reality. Tennessee is without a bunch of dudes on D. We can run, dink and dunk, and even throw screens on them for sure. Gunner sucks, but he can still get some yards on the ground. 18-17 Dogs. We score 1 touchdown, 1 safety, 3 field goals. MVP C.J. Allen, Woodring, and Thorson. Woodring is their kicker. This one right here, we're without a bunch of dudes on D. That's what I've heard. Is everybody talking about we're not as deep on D as we was last year? We're still 13 deep on the defensive line. Yeah, we got a couple guys out, but we're still deep. David Pollock said on Crane Company that they was going to run. They'll be able to run on. They can't even run on Austin Peay. What makes you think they're going to run on us? We have beaten them every year since 2017 by an average of 3 touchdowns. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. Most people that feel good about Georgia in this game, it has nothing to do with this year. It's all because of the past. If it's some butts with candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. The past has nothing to do with this year. I think we win. That's because I don't believe Tennessee is good. I just went over that one. Sorry. I'm getting fired up here reading these. We're getting towards the end, y'all. Y'all bear with me. I said this to a friend, either Gunner or Bobo are trash, or they don't want to show their hand before the game in Knoxville. I felt they ran the same 3-5 plays on offense all day. Even the third-rated ESPN announcer were calling Gunner for missing wide-open receivers. We better have an improved product ready for Tennessee. And I saw yesterday we're going to be in trouble. Tennessee is going to bring everyone up without the downfield threat. It's only a matter of time for that quick wide receiver out. Goes for a pick six. Look on the bright side. Bang on the balls to win is the easiest money you'll ever earn. I haven't been impressed with Tennessee's defense, so don't expect Georgia to stop running, especially if Gaston and Green are able to play. Once we get the ball safeties to move up, it'll be interesting to see if Gunner connect on some deep balls. Georgia's down some offensive linemen too, y'all. That's all people's talking about is we're down to some defensive linemen. Georgia's down 2 offensive linemen. They couldn't run on Austin Peay. Yet they're talking about we're going to have to load the box to stop their run. Well, Gunner Stockton's looked like Nico last year. He's not been able to hit a deep ball. He's having to throw all short stuff. So I say we will play up. And if they beat us over top points, we might back up. But if they don't, we'll stay up and force him to show us he can. Play tight coverage and see what happens. This is the last one, y'all, of the Dogs. And now I'm just going to show Kirby's record, talk about it real quick, and then close out. If UT or any other team stacks the box, move up on our receivers, the read naturally will be to go over top of them. It'll not look the same as it has so far this season. So there'll be a bunch of defenders deep in coverage. Our receivers will have to beat the close man coverage. I think they can. I'll hate it if Feinbaum turns out to be right. Stockton not being good enough to get us in a playoff game. Stockton ain't it. We're going to see Pugs against Tennessee. That's their backup. If Pugs starts Tennessee, we will run them out of their own stadium. The backup quarterback's always the most famous player on the team, y'all, when you got a bad quarterback. But when you have bad quarterback play, the backup's always the most popular. Let's not overthink this, people. Tennessee is not a good team. Yeah, they put up some points on a couple of weak teams. We all know what happened when they actually play someone with talent last year. They can't hang with us, period. Kirby's got this squad ready to roll. So it's a mixed bag from Georgia fans, and it's a mixed bag for Tennessee fans. Me, for one, I'm optimistic this year. I love it being at home. I love it being Checker Neyland. I think we're going to pull it off, y'all. I'm going to give y'all my score tomorrow on our prediction show. Tomorrow's the prediction show. Real quick, we're going to cover Napier. Then we'll let y'all go. Y'all tune in tomorrow for that prediction show, though. Let me know if y'all want to see me do a live show where y'all get to interact with me and ask questions, all that, and I'll answer them. Billy Napier is now 20-20 at Florida, y'all. The records of the last coaches 40 games in. 31-9, Dan Mullen got fired. 22-12, Jim McElwain got fired for you. Made it to game 40. Most champ, 24-16, fired. Urban Meyer, 31-19. Urban Meyer won titles, all that. So the last 3 coaches are better than him, and they all got fired. But for some reason, they keep giving Napier chances. If you're a Florida fan, let me know. Do you want Napier fired, or do you think he should get to coach the rest of this season and see what happens? Y'all, it's Balls Dog Week. Game day's in town. I got my prediction show tomorrow. Y'all tune in. Let me know if y'all want to see live stream and stuff that I asked you earlier in this show. I appreciate you tuning in. If you ain't already done it, hit that thumbs up. Hit that bell for me. Subscribe to the channel. Share with your buddies. It's time to separate the pretenders from the contenders. Y'all lock in with me. Get your friends involved. I appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, God bless you. Go Vols.